season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the UCF Knights, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Knights offense will have the opening possession of the game. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule.
Catch inside the 30 and still running. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. With the catch, it's Wade. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes a grab past the marker. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The Knights moving quickly to the line. Brown wants to pass. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UCF!
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So BYU's offense has its first opportunity of the day. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. The quick out. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Lots of running room. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Brown will throw it. Here's the pressure. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll try the run. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on third down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
The Knights are on the move. Looking for a crease. It's Nixon. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. They'll try it over the left side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand in the...
Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Got room on the return. Past the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Cougar!
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Rides the back and leaves it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Just feeds the running back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. They punted on their first drive of the game, and now they have to convert on third down to avoid doing it again. Finds his man. It's Bachmeyer. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Hunt is on its way. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Brown wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Grab behind the line. It's Wade. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Montgomery. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Knights will hustle to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Really good job running the ball, getting that 1st down. Now here comes the tempo.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you can tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. Those are one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but key word being after the catch.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. The Knights have pushed it inside the 20. Brown will throw it. Looking to buy time. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Now the play fake. Into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on their quarterback, and they're flying to the football. And you saw that there on the incompletion.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. That is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from the game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
And after having a nice game like that on 1st down, for the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hagan. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. That's caught. It's Ryan. And he was off to the races, and he gets... Stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Back to throw. It's Retzlaff. pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Rushes on him. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got it in the middle, it's Buckmeyer. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin them deep. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. The offense starts in the shadow of its own end zone. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Knights headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He'll try to do it himself. Across the 20 and out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and just like that, they're out of trouble. Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads it left. He's got it. They bring him down, but it'll be 1st down at the 42. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's not afraid to go deep. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Knights will punt it away on 4th down. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll open the second half with a run. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, and somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
The Cougars, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. It'll be 3rd and long. He'll do it himself on the draw. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
To the ground with the back. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. All the way down to the 28. He's out of bounds right there, and the big play has him set up.
And I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. The run from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Catch and stride inside the 15. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one. The tackle is finally made. The give on the option. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Another tough run for this offense. And I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off. But you get the feeling, too, if...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, BYU. Looking for the time with the extra point.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. The Knights want to pick up the tempo. Brown wants to pass. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. give to the running back.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They're testing the right side here. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. They'll try to pick up a few here on 3rd down, but from here it will be a 60-yard attempt. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Going for the marker on the ground. The Knights get enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too. Now that you just picked up that first down, don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch them off guard here and try and take advantage of how tired they are.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely perfect. And now they take the lead.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's another tackle for loss for this defense. I'll tell you, they came into this game knowing they had to shut this guy down. He's one of the best in the nation, and they've given him the ball a bunch. He's just had nowhere to run, and I don't think anybody expected him to struggle as much as he had so far in this game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Retzlaff. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
right back to the well. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Here comes the heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for 3, and now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Takes the handoff. It's Gage. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big 3rd down. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He is stopped inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and an interesting call here on 4th down. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He makes a grab. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee.
And there's nothing better than victory formation on another person's field when it's really quiet. They've been loud, screaming all game, and now you know and they know this one's over.